Have you ever been chasing that one figure? You know, that figure that has a TF Wiki page, you've seen it in people's collections, but you've never actually seen it in person. Not at the store, not at your local comic shop, not even at a convention. You start to wonder, does it really exist? You're always on the hunt because it's one of the last figures you need, and yet you can just never find it. Well, I finally found that figure for myself. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class Evac. Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Bailey, also known as CringeMcCringle, here on YouTube and all of the other social media platforms. Jesus, it's been a journey for this figure. As we all know, there are plenty of Michael Bay movie toys, ranging from movies 1 to 3. However, some are a lot rarer than others. This figure in particular is extremely rare, as it came in the last wave of the Revenge of the Fallen line before it was before it was rebranded into Hunt for the Decepticons and Reveal the Shield. So, stores did not get a whole lot of this guy. Evac here was packed with the famously rare repaint of Rampage that was in the red color scheme, and because both of these guys are so rare, they command a very hefty price on eBay. But it seems to me that this guy is actually rarer than Rampage. I see Rampage on eBay all the time, but this guy, not as much. For whatever reason, Evac barely exists. I've only ever seen the figure in person twice in my life, being this copy and another copy that I had bought that was sealed for $100 that I eventually sold back to my friend Jaden because he wanted the figure as well. And I don't blame him because I still haven't seen one since. But I got this loose copy. Instead of eBay prices, I got it for $25 thanks to Beastbot X, who is downsizing his collection on the forums. He's a great guy, and I'm so glad that he gave me one of the hardest figures to find ever for a measly $25 instead of, you know, $150. Thank you, my man. You are a lifesaver. I'm glad to finally have him and get him checked off of the list. So let's talk about this toy.
Now, how is he as a toy? Well, he's not great. He's a bit fiddly because of the robot design. I personally think that the design is quite cool, though. I appreciate vibrant colors, and Evac is no exception. Bright orange broken up with white and the occasional blue clear plastic. He's got some unique choices with the shoulder rotors, which give him somewhat of a hunchback look. And of course, he has the standard Bayverse chicken legs. He has some very massive arms that feature a gimmick. After all, this is a 15-year-old toy. Push this clear blue button and you will see that the helicopter rotors spin. Or as me from a few months ago said, spinners. Very nice. Looks even cooler when you have both pieces put together. His head is very well sculpted with yellow paint hits that seem to almost be like goggles. He's got some blue light piping and a good silver paint deco. Placement of the head seems to somewhat be inspired by a xenomorph with the chest entirely splitting apart and bursting out. For articulation, head can look left and right. Shoulder joints, arms go forward, back and out, but are somewhat hindered by their size. Legs go forward, back and out. Thigh swivel, upper knee bend, lower knee bend, and the feet are on a ball joint. Overall, he can be put into maybe one or two dynamic poses. Due to the lack of arm joints and zero lack of arms, it's somewhat a challenge to think of ways to pose him. Perhaps I need to visit the forums for ideas. Now onto transformation. It's pretty simple and easy to complete. Since most of his vehicle mode parts can be seen in robot mode, it's not too big of a challenge to figure out what goes where. With that being said, it is a good transformation and not bad by any means, just middle of the road. here we have the helicopter mode. Evac turns into an HH-65 Dolphin helicopter, which has been painted in the classic Coast Guard colors. The highlight of this mode is the gimmick. Again, push the blue button and the rotors will spin, and it has a nice clicking sound to it. Other details I like about this mode is the rescue tampograph underneath the painted blue windows on the side. The air intakes up at the top are painted in an elegant silver. He also has some other tampograpphs like this Autobot logo and C72 unit number. There's 2 yellow paint hits to represent the lights, silver on the rotors, and a white Autobot logo as well. Overall, it's a very solid helicopter mode with zero kibble that has a simple yet fun gimmick.
In conclusion, he is a very strange toy and a mildly mixed bag. He's got a strange but cool robot mode that doesn't pose very well. Coloring and molded in detail is great as well. It's a movie Bayverse figure, so of course that's going to be great. He's got a fun, simple gimmick that speaks to the ADHD part of my brain. And vehicle mode is simply excellent with exquisite detail, and it cleans up rather nicely and gimmick. Is it worth the $100 that it commands on eBay? No, probably not. Especially because when you talk about movie Evacs, people either think of this one or this one, and not this one. In fact, most people don't even know that this version even exists. For anyone who wants to try out this mold and see how they like it, I would highly recommend getting the Blaze Master copy, because that is easily the cheapest version. And he also sports a unique bronze color, and he's, well, a news helicopter, which you don't see very often in Transformers. But for me, the Bayverse completist, I am glad to finally have this guy, so that way I can stop worrying about actually getting him, because I'm not gonna lie, I was starting to think that it was never going to happen. So again, thank you to BeastBotX, who sold this to me for $25. You are a amazing gentleman. I appreciate you so much. And with that said, I will see everybody next week. I have a very interesting video coming up, so take care. Bye-bye.